Well, hello everybody, how are you doing? My name is Dark Sage Walker. I'm actually very pleased to be back to doing this. As some of you well know, I was going through a rough time. Actually, I'll just be completely forthcoming with a lot of you. I had a really bad mental breakdown. That really messed me up. Like, to the point where I wasn't entirely sure. Yeah, we'll do this. Or, I'll hit the wrong button. That's perfect. Yeah, Sky Palace. Let's do that. Alright, actually, I'm not going to complain about that. No Atlas. For once. It's amazing. No Atlas. But yeah, never let anyone tell you that depression isn't a real problem with real actual issues. Like, just because the symptoms aren't necessarily physical, and don't get me wrong, they can be, but just because it's not necessarily the easiest thing to spot, just because it has no physical symptoms, doesn't mean it's not a problem. And that is what I suffer from on a daily basis. Some days it's worse than others, and unfortunately, if left unchecked, and I don't necessarily mean without medication, because trust me, I have medication, and it helps. It helps a lot. Again, don't let... smooth. You'll have to forgive me, it's been a little bit since I've played. I honestly haven't really been in much of a gaming mood at all, which is another reason how I know it was just hardcore chronic depression, because I did not feel like doing something that I really love doing. That is one of the generalized symptoms of depression, is that you lose interest in things you normally really love. And you guys know how much I enjoy gaming and how much I enjoy sharing stories and whatnot with you, so if I was losing interest in that, yeah, definitely a sign that it was depression at work. Hello, what do we have here? Okay, a little disappointed in the selection, but assuming that there's no great relics to purchase, then I will indeed pick up Aqua Beam. I guess what I should say, what I should mean, English, I swear I learned how to speak it. I know it doesn't seem like it. No, what I meant... Oh. But no, what I meant to say when I said that there was nothing of interest there is that there was no upgrades to the stuff, or to the Arcana that I currently had, so I don't know, felt a little eh. I also like the idea of Caddy's chocolate, because that's gonna be worth its weight in gold on a critical hit run, let me tell you. And the Ancient Fountain Pen will be doing a world of wonders for my signature. And now every time I cast it, it's going to get just a little bit stronger. Just a little bit stronger every time. As you can see, I'm going with the old tried and true setup that I usually go with when it's been a while. And I want to offer an apology to the lot of you. I know that there are a good number of you that tune in to what I do regularly. Trust me when I say I appreciate you guys. I really do enjoy doing this. Like I said, depression is a real kick in the pants. And again, don't let anyone tell you, oh, it's just all in your... Anyone who tells you, oh, it's just all in your mind, people are making that up. Anyone who tells you that is full of it. Depression is a real thing with real symptoms and real issues that go along with it. It is, to just be very upfront, it's painful, it's not fun, and it's not one of those things that I would wish even on my worst enemies. It is... Ugh. It's just not good. Okay, I'm not taking Glass Cannon or Anchor of Burden. Anchor of Burden because I don't really want to lower my movement speed, even though I'm usually okay with it. I think for this run it would be better for me to maintain my movement speed, and I'm not taking Glass Cannon because that is going to lower my maximum health, and it's not necessarily for a great payoff, as this is more of a critical hit-based run. Oh, jeez. I often forget that he can jump all the way across the screen. Okay, that was bad. That was bad timing on my behalf. That was like, what, like a 1 or 2 frame window that I missed there to try to dodge that attack? So yeah, make no mistake, I've been wanting to get back to this, but my money problems were weighing down on me, and I've been having a hard time locating financial assistance, so it's a good part of the reason why I asked you guys, hey, would you mind if I tried monetizing my videos to see what I would get out of that? Obviously, I haven't quite done that yet, but it's on the docket. It's definitely on the to-do list. Especially since I have been noticing that I'm still getting an influx of subscribers. I can't talk. English, motherfucker, do you speak it? But no, I just really haven't been feeling the drive to continue my normal work, and that was the problem I was having. I had been having a hard time finding some assistance, and it was all just a huge mess, which was weighing huge on my mind. But fortunately, I was able to get a bit of assistance from an unlikely source. And I guess it's not that unlikely, all things really considered, but I got a little bit of backup from my big sister, so those of you who are watching this video, definitely give a shout out to my big sister. Without her, I'd probably still be just a wreck right now. And that's not to say that my problems won't come back, because unfortunately the financial burdens are something that you have to put up with every week, or not every week, every month. But it was definitely a big help. I appreciate her support. I don't know if she's watching this video or not. I do send Facebook notifications to everyone on my list on Facebook about all of my videos, and I know that she's on Facebook. I was not prepared for that to be a mimic. So hopefully she's getting the notifications for when I, notify people on Facebook that I have a video up, and assuming that she's watching this, hey, thanks a lot. It really did me a world of good. I don't think I would be doing this right now if it wasn't for a little bit of assistance from you. I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. It means a lot. So like I said, if you guys are... Hold on, let me just wait. I'm just going to waste that just so I can cast it out. Token of Doom is kind of nice. But is that really what I want? Because I would also like to see some of the others. Oh, hey, look at that. We're going to take that, and we're going to take that. That actually makes the choice here a lot easier. I think just because it's easy, we're just going to take the luxury handbag. It's not going to do a huge amount for my damage, but remember, every little bit of base damage upgrade goes a long ways towards boosting your critical hits. There we go. So far, so good. And the reason why I didn't take the Adorable Mimic, I love that relic, but I didn't have anything I wanted to get rid of, so instead of trying to figure that one out, I just decided I would take the option that would be worth just a little bit without. Sorry, I thought I would take the option that's worth just a little bit without it being too much of a constraint on what I was already building. Ha! Got him before he could even do his signature. I love it, I love it, I love it. I'm not taking that, I like my dash. Up next, Zeal. I kind of wish I had remembered to pick up that Aqua Beam, but what kind of a position would I be in right now had I picked it up? Don't really know. Hadn't thought that far ahead. I see Sturdy Wooden Easel, and I see my friend Vessa here. Now, my only issue with accepting Vessa's help is that this here is Zeal's stage, so her abilities not only wouldn't do very much, but would probably not burn very many enemies. And then the next level is Freya's level, so once again, it's just a little bit of a toss-up. I just don't think that Vessa is going to be worth much, unfortunately. Now, if I had seen Etra, that would have been a whole other story. Yep, that's what I thought. I was wondering if I could make it all the way to the platform. The answer was a pretty decisive hell no. What are you thinking, you moron? Oops. Alright, so with Ancient Fountain Pen, we're now getting plus 24% to damage on signature cast. Which, again, that's huge. Now it's up to 26%. Every time you use the Ancient Fountain Pen, or every time you get a signature off while you're carrying it, it's an extra 2% damage. It's very useful. Oh, well, don't mind if I do. So now we've got something that's going to be extra effective against Freya. I'm hoping that I'll have something that's extra effective against Zeal by the time I get there, but not going to complain if I don't. Beautifully done. And you can see the sort of base damage we're getting per hit on our signature cast now. So this is it's all adding up quite nicely. I'm also not having a huge amount of trouble getting to signatures, but I mean, if I could maybe get like evening gloves or the family seal, that would be nice. Oh yeah, no, this is definitely working out nicely, and I very much appreciate what I have going on here. And again, I do want to say I appreciate you guys too for not just for watching my videos, but for being supportive and sticking around when problems seem difficult to deal with or almost insurmountable, and it means a lot to me. It does. Because I know I kept a lot of you waiting quite a bit for new content, and that's really not fair of me to make you guys wait, but at the same time, it's only so much that I can do to try to keep my mental health in check. Sometimes it's just easier said than done. There we go. And graduation cap. Okay. Not really great, but I mean, I'll take it. It's a freebie. I don't really need more chaos gems, though, is the problem. Kind of got range punked by the Lancer there. It was a little embarrassing. Very nice. And what do we have here? We got basically nothing of consequence. Creeping Tendrils is okay, but you basically have to be at like ultra close range. Like that's even closer range than melee range. So to give you an idea, there are generally four ranges that I talk about, and a lot of this was derived from time playing other fighting games, or I guess fighting games in general. Soul Calibur is the one that comes to mind. Thank you for the projectile enhancement. Bounty Hunter Seal. Maybe. But there are four distinct ranges. There's long range, capable of doing damage from quite a distance, and generally I consider that to be 3/4 of the screen back to a full screen away when talking about fighting games. Any character whose most comfortable range is right in that area, really hard to deal with for some characters. So that's basically like your zoners. That's like your Shang Tsungs or your Sentinels or what have you. All really depends on how much you guys know about fighting games, honestly. Then there's your mid-range. That's generally your half-screeners. And those are characters like, what is a good example of a mid-range character? Characters like, once again using the Soul Calibur comparison, like Keelik or Sung Mina are kind of what I would consider to be mid-range characters. just going to default to Soul Calibur because this was the game I was playing when I had kind of come up with this terminology. Then you have your close range characters, characters that do best within what Mortal Kombat would call sweep range. So generally a couple of steps back to, you know, pretty close but not right in your opponent's face. That would be characters like, once again using the Soul Calibur example, that would be characters like Cassandra is a good example of a close-range character. Well, that seems to cover everything, doesn't it? You would think, but there is another range that we need to talk about. That is the range that's, you know, generally within one step to goddamn overlapping the other person's character model. That is what we call asshole range. And asshole range is what Creeping Tendrils works off of. And I don't know about you, but I'm not really looking to try to get work done at asshole range. I'm kind of right now trying to keep it mid to long range. Or for those of you that play Blaze Blue, another good example of a long-range character is New 13. Ah, lame. Perfect. Alright, didn't even need that Creeping Tendrils. I don't really care about Earthquake Axe. It's another offensive option. Trust me, I'll have a chance to get another offensive option in just a minute here. All we gotta do is find Iris and see what she's selling. Yes, what I have is essentially a mid-range build. Mid-range critical hit build, and you know what? I am fine with that. It's something I know how to use very well. Oh, hello, Taffy. How are you? Voltaic Needle. Okay, not great, but not bad either. Now, some of you out there really like Voltaic Needle. I personally only really justify it as a decent signature, so I guess we'll... But for good melee builds, especially if you're running Dark Katana, yeah, give Voltaic Needle some concession there. Beautifully done. Ooh, we can boost the damage of our signature even further. Look at that. It's a match made in a matchstick factory. Well, what did you think I was going to say? Come on now. You know me better than that. At least I hope you do. Sweet, good use of Voltaic Needle there. Nailed it. So during the time that I've been trying to recover from my breakdown, and yes, I'm very comfortable calling it that because that's pretty much what it was. I should say is, because it's not like it's never gonna happen again. But there were updates to both Undermine and Neon Abyss that looked really worthwhile. I can't wait to start showing those off. Cyberpunk released, much to everyone's dismay. Like, the moment they said, oh, there's going to be some crunch necessary to finish the game, that's when I checked out and said, oh, you poor bastards. Because at that point, that was an admission of, hey, we care more about making sure that this is ready for holiday 2020 than making sure it's a really good game that's polished and ready to go. Oh, I hate those guys so much. What it really boils down to is I just don't like that group. I do like Inferno Cannon, and I do like it better than Inferno Needle. Smart. I do like it better than Voltaic Needle, but Voltaic Needle is going to be more effective against Freya, so maybe put my qualms aside and just stick with it. Perfect. And what are you? Soccer cleats. I mean, I guess that'll affect, Voltaic Needle? I guess? Maybe? Okay. But yeah, Undermine got some really substantial updates. Neon Abyss got what looked to be a really substantial update. I'm pretty sure that, oh, hello, you can definitely afford to get this updated. Thank you. And I do intend to talk about Cyberpunk and, you know, segue then into the issues that I have with the gaming industry in general. Because it's not like I said, it's not like I didn't see coming what happened with Cyberpunk. And I won't lie, I was kind of looking forward to that game myself. Because it looked like it was going to be a big, immersive, just RPG experience like Skyrim set in the future, or Witcher set in the future, or, you know, Earthbound set maybe like 10 years ahead of where it is. But with so many systems working at once and so many different things essentially vying for your attention. God, I hate those guys. Hey, can you all just go away now? I hate all of you. Oh my god, I hate you so much. So yeah, I was kind of looking forward to it, but as soon as they said, oh, there's going to be some crunch required, that's when I got nervous, because it's, first of all, I have issues with dev teams being crunched in the first place. And that's just not good for anyone's health, it's not good for their safety. And when I say health, I don't just mean mental health, I mean mental and physical health. There is no way that that's healthy for anyone. I might come back for the Ring of Reserves, especially since the soccer cleats aren't doing much for me, I think. I could be wrong about that. But then... So that was the first red flag. Then the second red flag showed itself, and that is that they were still trying to release it on the SKU for PS4 and Xbox One. But this is right as the PS5 and the Xbox Series X, or Xbox Series, who gives a fuck, I guess. But that's right as those were releasing. I'm like, why are you trying to get this to run on the PS5, or sorry, on the PS4? Well, no, it's obvious. They wanted to get it to run on the PS4 and the Xbone because they wanted to make sure that the game was playable for just about anyone. And I mean, I guess I can respect that, but this seems like one of those things that maybe those versions should have taken a bit more time, because you're obviously trying to get things to work on last-gen hardware. You're not talking about an easy task. You're talking about a game that, like, does anyone know exactly how big the file size for Cyberpunk 2077 is? Like, I had heard that it was seriously like a 100 gigabyte game. Am I right about that, or was my information not right? Like, whatever the case may be, the game's file size it's a huge game. It's a huge goddamn game, and they're talking about all these systems that are working together, and I'm just going, okay, I see what you're trying to go for here, and it's really impressive. It is. Don't get me wrong. I think Cyberpunk is a fine example of a game, just not the way that they put it together. And I guess when I say how they put it together, I mean more so the idea that they rushed it to market. And that's what I have the biggest problem with, is they crunched their developers, There we go. Beautifully done. Yeah, I don't really want Mentis Imperium. I can just chill there. So, like, I don't know exactly what happened at CD Projekt Red, because they had promised that they weren't going to be using crunch time, and that they were going to only release the game when it was ready to be released. That obviously didn't happen. So it makes me think that some key leadership at CD Projekt Red changed, and they obviously had their own intentions and their own ambitions. Beautifully done. Okay. Well, I like that idea. So we can get rid of you. Put on you. Ooh, Windy Bollocks. I like Windy Bollocks. But am I going to use that more than I'm going to use Voltaic Needle? Because what Voltaic Needle has going... Did I say Voltaic? Wow, that's sad. What Voltaic Needle has going for it is it's just a high damage spell. I think because I have everything so set up around mid to long range, I am going to take it. Owie! I made a stupid. So, I guess what I'm trying to say is the new leadership at CD Projekt Red came in and they stood on the shoulders of giants to try to accomplish something as fast as they could, and they did so without any discipline. They worked to get something out as quickly and as cheaply as they could, and before they even knew what they had, they patented it, packaged it, slapped it on this video game box, and now they're sold it. They sold it. Well, good job, guys, because now Cyberpunk is going to be remembered as just another failed project. Just another piece of video game history that clearly didn't live up to the demand. And why didn't it live up to the demand? Because there were issues. And I'm not going to get into all of it right now because, as you can see, we're at the end of the video, but yeah, they fucked up. They fucked up real hard. And again, I don't 100% blame the developers for this because just about everything that went wrong, I can clearly tell you, it's on the shoulders of the management there. It's the same thing with Anthem and with Mass Effect Andromeda. The fault rests squarely on the shoulders of the management. The developers were able to say, hey, I don't think this is right, we're not going to have this done, and managers are like, nah, fuck it, we'll fix it later. You can't fix something that's fundamentally broken. You can't fix something that is broken in so many places that your only recourse is to build it again. Anyway, I'm getting off topic here, and that's kind of par for the course for my videos, but again, I want to thank you guys for being patient with me. I want to thank you for being willing to stick it out for me and for the sake of your own entertainment. I really do appreciate you guys. Do the usual YouTube dance, the liking, the commenting, the subscribing. Hit me up on my social media. Let me know how things are going. Let me know how your Christmas went. And hey, even though it's belated, you know what? Merry Christmas. I hope you guys got exactly what you wanted, or that the people you don't like got exactly what they deserved. And hey, I'll be back in the near future with another video. So, you guys take care. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and I will be seeing you